Hello everyone again. I said I was going to update you while I was in Suriname, but life ended up being busier, slash the Wi-Fi was horrible, because again, developing nation, Wi-Fi is not that great. And whatnot, plus I was just having a good time. But it was a great experience, and definitely was a confirmation of me wanting to join the Peace Corps. Which, as I mentioned before, was what my plan was. And now I have officially submitted my application. And I put my top two choices as Panama and Mexico, working in the environmental sector, and then my third choice is wherever you need me, and whatnot. And so, as part of the application process, you have to fill out obviously everything about you, but additionally you have to write up to 500 words as to why you want to join the Peace Corps and why you want to, or how you feel you're going to overcome it, overcome any obstacles, that is. And that's what's the most difficult part for me, just because you sit there and you're like, oh, I want to join the Peace Corps. Oh, I want to join the Peace Corps. Talk about it, talk to different RPCVs and various different people, and then you're like, okay, comes down to it, and they ask you the question, why do you want to join the Peace Corps? And for me, that was just really hard to surmise into 500 words and make it eloquent, as well as everything I wanted to say. And so, it's one of those things that if you are looking to join the Peace Corps, that is something that you're going to have to write, and just kind of think of the whys. Why do you want to join? What is your ultimate goal in joining? How do you feel you're going to face some challenges? Of course, it was very helpful for me because I have spoken to many RPCVs through my MI program at Tulane. So I've had that contact to kind of see what it's been like, to see what some of their challenges were, to see, there was some consistencies, but as well as, differences depending on country and time of service and things like that. So I think it's one of those things where having some of that feedback kind of helps you be able to kind of think through some of the challenges you may have, as well as, like, my biggest challenge is I'm a type A person. I'm very organized. I like to get things done and everything. And everything I've heard from many RPCVs is that Peace Corps time and other countries' time is much slower and a much, more relaxed pace. That, you may work on a project that here you might be able to get done in 2 weeks, but there you'll get it done in several months, type of thing. And for me, that's going to be a big struggle. I've got to work on my patience and be able to be happy with, whatever progress it is that I do make, if any, type of thing. And just, that type of stuff. As well as I currently live a very busy life. I have my days planned out. It's been like that since I was a little kid. We'd go to school, do our after school activities. So I was on swim team, and then we'd have Girl Scouts, or it was in Boy Scouts. We just did so much as a kid, and that's translated to my adult life. And I'm aware that I need to work on that, and that it should get better, and everything. But I still find myself signing up for more and more and more, and filling my life with a lot of stuff. And so while I think I like the idea of a more relaxed, not so much going on lifestyle, I know it's going to be hard for me because I like to do a lot, and everything. And so hopefully I'll find a lot of secondary projects to work on to kind of feel some of that time, because a lot of people who don't have necessarily specific jobs within the community, their stuff's more abstract. You do it from time to time. they have to come up with more secondary projects, whereas people who are like educators and everything, they have a pretty strict schedule of when their job is and everything. And from what I've heard, environmental things, like what I want to do, is not necessarily on a strict schedule. So, I'll just have to make some adjustments, and it'll be a learning curve for me. And there'll be, I'll be learning and adjusting, to me being there as much as people will be adjusting to me being there. Because I'm going to be a crazy gringa. And everything. So provided I go to a Spanish-speaking country. But as far as my trip to Suriname, it was great. There were some downfalls, for sure. Because we got bed bugs in the rainforest. So that's not fun. I don't recommend it. Me and all of my classmates, we were covered. It was horrible. We didn't realize it, so we went to the rainforest one weekend, and we went hiking, and we stayed in this cabin. That's a loose term. Cabin is a loose term. We stayed there, and we didn't realize we had them until we were leaving. So then we get back to our hotel we were staying at while we were in Paramaribo, and so we get back and we all realize basically we have bed bugs. So then we're all like, oh great, what are we gonna do? So that's when I learned everything there is to know about bed bugs. And luckily did not bring them back to the States with us, or at least I didn't. I have been thorough in washing everything and destroying everything and making sure I don't have any more bumps popping up or anything. So that was a downfall, but there were a lot of really great things. The rainforest was beautiful. We went on a great hike that was, really awesome. Went and swam in this like naturally cool pool in the middle of our hike and everything. It was really great. And didn't get eaten by piranhas, because those are a thing, and that is a danger that you can have of being eaten by piranhas. And then, even while we were in Paramaribo, learned a lot, got to meet a lot of really awesome people in Suriname. My professor's awesome, and knows everyone since she's from there and everything, and it was really great. It was a great experience. My trip to Trinidad and Tobago was not what I thought it was going to be, because Trinidad, the island, it's alright, but it's really just not that great. And I really wanted to go to Tobago, but there's only a few, or there's 23 flights a day. And I thought, hey, you know what? I don't have to buy this plane ticket in advance because there's 23 flights a day. You can get those, whenever and whatnot. And, yeah, no. Should have bought it in advance. So I had to stay on Trinidad the whole time, and taxi rides were ridiculously expensive. They don't even have organized tours of the city, so I went with this taxi driver who I pretty much feel like I was being ripped off, but I spent so little money in Suriname because Suriname was a ridiculously inexpensive country. It was kind of like, I'm not over on my trip budget. I just didn't necessarily want to spend this much money on a tour and everything. But when I went to Panama for the one day that I was there, it was really awesome. I loved Panama City. It was a gorgeous city. I went on a city bus tour and everything. I thought I was going to die by a taxi driver, though, from the airport to my hotel. Really thought I was going to die. But I managed to live, so that's a bonus. And everything. But ate some really good food, had a really great dinner. My Spanish was really interesting because I get in the taxi and was like, I want to go somewhere where I can get some seafood. But this guy, apparently my Spanish didn't translate to him that well, so he stops off at this fish market, and speaks English, or has the guy who speaks English speak to me, and I was explaining, and I was like, I just want to go somewhere that serves seafood or whatever, and so he directed me to this place. So get there and everything. The guy I had on the way back from that restaurant, he understood my Spanish better. I guess my Spanish is like some kind of foreign Spanish for this one Panamanian. Actually, all the Panamanians were looking at me like, what is this white girl doing? And everything, because, you know, I'm trying to speak Spanish, and some of the words I knew, some of the words I was trying to come up with, and they're like, you know, we speak English. I was like, I know, but I want to practice my Spanish. The best way I'm going to learn is practicing and everything. Yeah, so that was really interesting. But my hotel was beautiful and overlooked the canal, so it was like really awesome to see and everything. Sorry, my cat's going crazy because she wants affection. But the canal was really awesome, and yeah, I would love to explore Panama further. Even if I don't get placed in Panama, it'd be really awesome. And whatnot. But it was like going on that trip, going on all the places I did. It's like I just want to keep traveling, and it definitely like got me excited about applying for the Peace Corps and getting everything together. And it's all coming together pretty nicely. Submitted my application about 2-3 days ago, so it's officially out there. I answered 1,000,000 questions about my medical history, and I have like no medical problems other than obviously my glasses, but you know, I can just wear glasses for 2 years. It's not a problem. And whatnot. And so when I'm having to answer questions about like if I have any hematological disorders or neurological or, you know, cardiac disease and all this stuff, I'm just like, no, and whatnot. But I finished all of it. Now I'm just waiting, which is a hard thing for me, because I want to know, and I want to know soon. I know I won't know until December, because they're supposed to let me know by December 1st. But if all goes well, then the next step in the process I'll be invited for an interview, in which case I will have to do an interview and whatnot, and we'll see how that goes. And yeah, so, you know, fun little process that I'm going through for the next several months. And while I started back school this week, so I'm back on my school and work and getting everything, you know, going through everything and whatnot. And so, well, it'll be interesting. My next update will probably be if/when I get an interview, and whatnot. And so we'll see how it all goes. Y'all have a great evening.